Hey everybody, it's your boy Ro. Just wanted to quickly talk to you about an idea I've been thinking about recently, which is strengthening your strengths and weakening your weaknesses. Growing up, I used to play rugby. One thing when I look back that I focused on a little bit too much was strengthening my weaknesses rather than weakening my weaknesses. I wasn't the biggest kid, wasn't the strongest, wasn't the fastest either. I had a pretty good skill set in terms of passing both ways, kicking off both feet, understanding the game a little bit better, and I guess I took pride in that. I wish, when I'm looking back, I wish I focused a little bit more on the skill set and sharpening those tools rather than my weakness, which was, in the gym. It kind of didn't really help when it came to my games on Saturdays. So just an example, if I, focused on what I was really good at, didn't focus too much on what I wasn't good at and strengthened my strengths and weakened my weaknesses, I could have created a better gap between me and my competition. I guess that idea kind of works perfectly in what I'm doing at the moment, which is running my own AI agency here in Sydney. My X factor or my strength would be people, and one of my biggest weaknesses is admin. I think that's where the art of hiring comes into play and making sure that the timing is right and whatnot. And I'll get into that in another video, but I know that my strength is people, so I'm going to be focusing on being on the phone with people, being on virtual meetings, but most importantly, getting in front of people in terms of coffee and understanding what their needs are and how we can help them with our solutions. The opposite is making sure that I can hire for someone that can do my admin, all the stuff that I just really don't like. That's another example of strengthening what I'm good at and weakening what I'm actually not that good at. So just kind of knowing where that balance could be. Increasing the discrepancy between both, which will help me in the long run. As I mentioned last week, I'm going to be documenting my journey for this next 12 months in terms of my $1 million revenue goal. And this week, a few key things that are kind of contributing towards that goal are my calls, meetings, revenue generated, and there's a few other things, but I'll kind of touch on that today. So for the last week, I made 30 targeted calls, 30 connected calls. I learned a lot from that. I had 3 meetings this week based on the calls that I made the week prior. And so far, 0 revenue booked in, but hopefully in the next week or so, that might change, so I'll keep you updated for next week. The lesson this week, in terms of this journey and whatnot, is mainly towards cold calling. With every no that you get means that you're just one step closer to your yes. So that's something that I might touch on next week. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you guys have a safe weekend. Latest.